Good morning. It's Monday, the 4th of October. We have a public holiday here in where I am in this part of Australia. So I'm hiding down the other end of the house because I've got all my family home. And as much as I can ask them to be quiet while I'm working, it doesn't always work that way. They tend to make a fair bit of noise in the kitchen. So I thought I'd come down here where it's nice and quiet. I get asked a lot about my thoughts on the vaccines. And I have I have my thoughts, which is Vicky, logical Vicky, the way I look at things. And then I will connect in with spirit and see what I am given from the other side. And quite often they don't even line up with each other. I also never advise somebody what to do. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. I'm a clairvoyant. So my work is more seeing what is ahead for people's lives, not making decisions for you. That is entirely up to you. That is why you're born with instinct. We have instinct because every single one of us has a different scenario happening, and you use the instinct for what's happening in your life. I'm going to talk about what my logical mind says and what I have felt from spirit. So my logical mind is I like to research things myself, and I also understand that medicine is absolutely brilliant, vaccinations are absolutely brilliant, but they're not always for everybody because we are all made up of a different DNA. We have different reactions in our body. It's like penicillin. Penicillin is so good for some people to help them, and another person can take penicillin and can die from it. It's like some antibiotics. Some antibiotics are brilliant for some people, and others will have a massive reaction and die from it. Personally, since I had my episode last year, it has since come to light after we've done so many tests and investigations that I am highly allergic to Disprin, which is like aspirin, the dissolvable tablets, and ibuprofen. Because I was for years suffering with asthma and having to take steroid-based inhalers, it created something in my body so that when I then took an ibuprofen or a Disprin tablet, it reacted and caused anaphylaxis. And that's the reasoning for my dying last year. But we didn't know that. I'd taken Disprin years ago, and I had no reaction. It was only because of this buildup of the steroid in me that had that reaction. So how do we know that? How was I going to know that taking those two tablets were going to cause me to die that night? I didn't know. And I think that's where I start questioning when you see politicians or you see celebrities on TV saying, go out and get the vaccine, everybody. They are putting everybody in the same box. I think they should be saying, go out and talk to your doctor. Go and have the discussion with your doctor. I sat down with my doctor and said, I'm concerned because of reactions I have to ibuprofen and Disprin. I'm concerned that I may have a reaction to what is in the vaccine. I don't know that. And is there something, if I have it, is there something there that's going to counteract it? Have they got something there that can stop my reaction? Like an EpiPen will stop the reaction. Is there something that will stop the reaction? Then there is a no. I get a no. So it's more like I just want to be very, very well informed. It's a risk, isn't it? Because you don't know something until after the fact. And there's people out there. If I said to you, everybody out there, go and eat a bag of peanuts because peanuts are so good for you, I could be killing half the population because there's so many with a nut allergy. How do you know you have an allergy? You don't until you've had the reaction. You don't know these things till after there's no like pre-warning. So I think that's the thing that upsets me, is when they put everybody into the same box and say this is right for everybody, when it should be sit down with your doctor and discuss your past history. I get mad when there's a celebrity on TV looking at me like, you go and get the vaccine. They have absolutely no medical knowledge of my background. So it's not the fact that it's they're making a judgment of my medical history without knowing anything about it. I think that's what is the triggering part for me. But then I can see the benefits of it as well, because I'm not against the vaccine. I'm just making a choice for, like, I want to be sure. And I've got a lot more I would like to share in this life and teach in this life. If I go and get something that causes a reaction in my body and I die, I'm going to have to come back again and do it all over again. Um, and like my eldest son, my second son, they are both, and my ex-husband, all three of them are in the trucking industry. So due to their working environment, they they are, they have kind of been forced into having it, because they won't be able to work. They won't be able to go over the border. They're in South Australia, so they won't be able to go over to the border in Victoria if they haven't been vaccinated. So, but they don't, all three of them have not had a fear about it. They've willingly gone, and they haven't felt like they've been bullied into it or anything like that. Or maybe my ex-husband may be feeling that way, but they've gone and had their first, no, my eldest son, who's 38, I think, he's had 2 lots of Pfizer, as so has his wife, and they haven't had any reaction at all. And they feel fine. My second son has had 1 lot of Pfizer, and my ex-husband's had 1 lot of Pfizer. They're both fine as well. My dad and my stepmom have had 2 lots of AstraZeneca quite a while ago. They are both fine. My auntie and uncle have had that. They're both fine. So and I have not told anybody in my family, oh, don't go out and get it. I don't tell them, even though I can do psychic stuff and use my own intuition. I don't tell them what to do. It is their life. It is their choice. They have to listen to their own instinct. And I do exactly the same with people that are listening to me. It is your life, and it is you have to use your own instinct and what is best for you. I have never advised anybody to go and get it or not go and get it. That's not what psychics readings are about. And if anyone takes a little piece of information and misconstrues it, they're doing that to satisfy themselves. Sometimes people can't hear 2 sides of a story. They will just hear one side and they'll run with it. And as much as you try to explain to them that's not what I was saying, they can't hear it. They just can't hear it. It's just where their mindset is at. So that's my logical Vicky kind of thing. The way I think. And when I did sit down with my doctor and I said, I'm happy to get a vaccine, but I would like to wait. And do you know what she said to me? That's very wise, and I'm waiting too. So my own doctor is waiting. She's not rushing out and getting it either. So that made me feel confident that she's being cautious as well. The thing is, we are hearing so many conflicting reports, aren't we? This expert says this thing, and this expert says this thing. It's very confusing to know who to believe. And that's why I feel like we have to listen to our own instinct, our own gut. Like, if it feels right for you, if it doesn't feel right for you. If you feel as though you are being forced into it because you can't keep your job, I still think in that situation, can you sit down with your doctor and explain your fears and your worries? And I often thought too, why can't they do like like a prick test. You know how they do a prick test to see what you're actually allergic to? Is there some way that they could do a test previous to a vaccine to see if your body has any kind of reaction? I don't know. I'm not a scientist and I'm not a doctor. I just thought that might be something that would be useful for people that were worried that they were going to have some form of reaction. So that's my sort of logical side of things. When I connect with spirit, and when I did connect with spirit last year, early on last year, and I said that I felt like the vaccines were, I didn't get a fear from them. I didn't get any kind of vision that the whole of the population's going to be wiped out and they're trying to depopulate the world. A lot of that doesn't make sense to me, because your soul knew when it was coming here to Earth, your soul already knew what was planned ahead. So your soul, because it's a higher consciousness, and a higher consciousness knows everything, before it comes into your body, it already knows that this was going to unfold. So why did you agree to come? Why did your soul agree to say, okay, I'll be a part of that? Because I can see, being a part of that, I will be part of the way that the world is changing. So you agreed to come here. But now while you're here, you might be saying, why did I sign up for this? Because I think we all say that so many times, don't we? Did I really sign up for this? Because in the physical body, it's a hell of a lot harder than being a energy that just says, I'll go and have a go at that. It's like the people that were born before the war. Like if they knew they were going to be part of a war and they still chose to come to the earth, why did they choose to come? Did they choose because they felt like they were going to be part of rectifying the anger on the world, or they wanted to bring their love into this world to change it? Have we all decided to bring our love into this world to change it in some way? Because I truly believe there is a hell of a lot more people in this world that are full of love than there are of the ones that want power. Really is. The majority of people that are here on this earth just want peace and just want love and just want to share with their families. And it's just a small minority that want that power. And yet, isn't it the funnier? The minority seems to be ruling over the majority. Anyway, so my guides never showed me that there was a wipeout of people. I don't get a fear from it, but I do totally understand that it's not going to be for everybody. You can't put everybody in the same box and say, you all have to do this, because our DNA is not all the same. We don't react the same with medications. We are all different. So yes, so my guides were like, the vaccine is going to help get us back on track, get lives back on track. But you just have to use your own intuition as to what it feels best for you to do. So that's my take on when I get asked. I've been asked a bit about about, are they going to force children to have it in schools? Well, you can't go back to school unless you have. I haven't heard of that yet, but maybe they are doing that. It's maybe because I don't have kids in school. That's maybe why I haven't heard of it. But it kind of feels like they're going through different industries first. So the first, like the health industry, are the first people that need to be vaccinated. Then they go through the media. Then they'll go through, or the celebrities and the media type people. Then they go through the transport industry. Then they'll probably go through the retail industry, and then they're targeting different industries after each other, so that they don't have if you're going to protest, there's going to be a mass protest. Like, so saw what happened with the tradespeople in Australia, and how they protested. and the builders, the construction industry, you imagine if they had have told the health, the trucking, transport, the construction, if they told absolutely everybody at the same time it was compulsory, you imagine the backlash that they would have got from people. So by doing it industry to industry, they seem to be able to contain the anger amongst that group of people. So by the time it gets to school children, um, I do feel like they're going to. I can't read minds, so I can't just like everyone's got free will. I can't I can't actually predict what a person is going to. So you've got someone who's in charge of people. They can change their mind like that. One day they could get up and go, oh, okay, I'm not going to mandate it. That would be a really stupid thing to do. And the very next day they can wake up and go, yeah, I'm going to mandate it. That's their position, and you can't dictate what someone's going to say. But there is this kind of feeling that it is going to be evident, maybe the way they've gone about it, maybe there's going to be some group actions taken to court, which makes them retract a bit from being this mandatory vaccine. Maybe they're going to realise that people are just going to leave their jobs and they're going to be left with no staff. I don't know the circumstances, but it does have a feeling that they will have to review the way in which they are pushing it, because it's kind of got a backfire on them. I said that before, didn't I? I was getting earlier on when I did a video, I felt like there was this backfire on whatever plan was being put into action was going to backfire. And it's kind of the same as I've heard people say that they think that they want to depopulate the world. And this is my logic coming back into it again. From my logical mind, it's like, well, hang on, if they let's say they had $1 billion that they could get from people, and then they halve the population, they get $500 million. That's not being greedy for more money. That's reducing their money by half. That doesn't make sense at all. That's their taxes are halved. There's going to be no jobs. There's not going to be services available. Like that just does not make sense at all. So and souls choose to come here. So if souls leave, they can come back again. How do you depopulate the world when if a soul decides, if a soul was taken away from this earth and they felt like that wasn't fair, I had more to do, I'm going to come back, and we're going to come back as triplets this time. 3 of us are coming back all at once. And there's all multiple births to get the population back up again. So I don't know that people don't have the power of God. Like they can't dictate what souls are going to do. Souls do their own thing. So a lot of these conspiracy theories make me think logically, like, how could that possibly happen? That doesn't make any sense. They get caught up in a fear base, a fear of what they think is going to happen without thinking logically, like, well, that's not going to be of any benefit to anybody if that plays out, does it? So, and of course, I'm going to get people that watch this that can't see that I am a middle of the road type of person. I don't advise what to do, and I don't. Spiritual guidance is the word guidance. It's just guidance, and it's a way of helping you to open up your own intuition, to open up your awareness, to see things on a bigger scale. It's not about telling you what you have to do. It's guidance. And by me speaking, I hope that you do see things differently. That's my intention behind all my videos, is that you see things differently. You don't have to judge it. If I say something you don't like, switch off, go away, go and do something else. You don't have to write a nasty comment. I found that after I was on Jeff's podcast the other day, and I'm so grateful for Jeff for having me on there, because since that time I have been absolutely inundated with work. I won't be coming out of my office for a couple of weeks, I don't think. So many readings, so many people reaching out, contacting, so many people being so positive on my YouTube channel, and lots more people joining, and it's been absolutely wonderful. And there's just been probably 2 people that when they heard me on Jeff's show, they raced over to my YouTube channel. They scrolled through all my videos, missed them all, found the one video that said predictions 2021, listened to my predictions, and both of them picked out one prediction where I did not say that Donald Trump was going to be president. My wording was that he was going to retreat and then show up again. But all I got back from these people was, oh, you were wrong. And it was like, you get trolls and you get people that need to attack. I understand that. But to spend your time going through every prediction, not acknowledging any prediction that was right, not looking at my one beforehand where I went through all the predictions the year before 2020, didn't go to that one, didn't go and have a look at how I said that 18 out of the 20 were right and 2 were wrong. They haven't happened. Well, they may be still going to happen, but they haven't happened. I don't claim to be all God Almighty, I'm always right. I never have claimed to be that way. I give and I share for nothing on YouTube. I'm sharing so that people can, you can use that information to help yourself in some way or just be advised. That's all it's for. So there's no reasoning to go looking for the one thing that, and what they read into it was absolutely not even said. The wording that I had used was not not even what they were attacking me for, but I can see how there's people with anger and they are looking for someone to just pull down. They just want to, they feel really bad themselves and they're like, oh, here's someone new. We'll go and see what she's about. Oh, yeah, we'll pull her down. We'll rip her down. That's just for their own egoic journey. My intention has always has always been to help you. If I am of help to you and you enjoy my videos, thank you so much for staying with me. If you don't like me and you don't like what I'm talking about and you don't understand it yet, because maybe you're on a different awareness level, then I wish you luck on your journey and may you find someone else that's going to help you. So thank you so much for listening today. And those of you in Australia that have a long weekend, I hope you get to enjoy it. Today, we have one of those absolutely glorious days out there where the sun is shining, but it's raining. You know, when it's raining while the sun is shining. That's when we get all the rainbows, and it's beautiful out there. So I hope everyone has a lovely Monday.